Hello everyone, it's Just a Dad. Today I'm going to do an unboxing, show you how to set up for the first time and the first cleaning on this brand new, this is my second purchase from Costco. This is the Roborock QX Revo. Now I just purchased the QX Revo Ultra. That's a high-end robot vacuum cleaner that I highly approve of. I bought it with my own money. Again, I wasn't paid for this video, but I really want to get into Costco robot vacuum cleaners. I don't live close to one, so I got to order them online. This is retailing for $580 now. This has the appearance of an older Q Revo. Now, that doesn't mean it's bad. There are some better ones out there that have more features. Now, I do like that you get dust bags, 2 filters, so that's about $100, $150 extra savings there. So on Amazon, it has the makings of the 2R3W, which is 5,500 pascals of suction, 7mm mop lift, single brush. Cold water, hot air, that's what this has. These are some of the newer models. You get better suction power, and then you start to get into 10mm mop lift. And then during the last Prime days, the Mova P10 Pro for $449 was a much better robot for a cheaper price. Even the Q Revo S, which the S is a little bit better robot, was $459 when it was on sale. It's kind of like the QV35A, which was $400. Now you can find all those robots that I approve of at justadadapproved.com. I do use links, so if you click on a link on my website or underneath in the description, it could take you. Now I'm not an affiliate with Costco yet. I hope to be soon, but Amazon and Walmart I am. If you click on it, the product won't cost you anymore, but I do get a small commission from the sale. It's a way of helping supporting my channel. That way I can continue to do these honest reviews. Okay, let's open it up and set it up for the first time. The box is really heavy, so be careful. Now you should be able to have this set up within an hour and a half, mapping your house, going through the settings, having it all ready to go. So give yourself about an hour and a half. We've got ramp. I do like that it comes with the manual. The safety guidelines you just throw away, but 2 mop pads. Here's the robot. It's heavy, so be careful. Don't lift it by the plastic. Dust bags and cords. We're going to lay all this out. Keep everything, because Costco has a 90-day return policy that I didn't know about. And some people say it's even more generous than that. So there's the extra stuff. And now the base station, I always like to turn the box on the side and pull it out because it is kind of heavy. Okay, I got everything out of the box. Now, it's a little misleading. They show 2 filters, but one comes installed in the dust bin. And they show 2 dust bags, but one comes already installed. So you only get 1 extra dust bag, one there. But anyway, again, this reminds me of the original Q Revo, which has taller water tanks. The base station's a little bit taller. All the newer Q Revos are a little bit smaller. Okay, so we get a power cord. Safety guidelines, throw those away. This is like a little parts list that'll make sense with the manual will reference this. These are the mop pads. We're going to have to install them. Power cord we got to install. The tray, you're going to snap it on. Make sure it's nice and flush. Again, we'll put these off to the side. We get 2, 4, 6 extra pads. And these need replaced. They're just held on with Velcro. They need replaced every couple months. So we'll put those on here in a second. We're going to talk all about the robot. Let's talk about the base station. Round back, the power cord is only 2-prong. We're going to plug it in like this. Make sure you seat it all the way. It should be nice and flush like that. It's 6 feet long and it's 2-prong. Let's go over the amperage. 120 volts, 60 hertz, 7.5 amps. And that's, must be when it's dust collecting. So only when it's dust collecting. Again, this doesn't heat the water, but it does heat the air for drying. A little bit of cord storage, no power switch at all. There's a light up here that'll be either white or red to let you know. Up top, we've got a clean water tank and a dirty water tank. Now, the dirty water tank, you'll have to clean it out. It's got a little float. This is going to fill up with dirty water. Clean water tank, you're going to be filling this up with just water out of your sink. There is a little filter in that little blue thing down at the bottom, and there's a float. So this is really nice. Fit in there super easy. Again, the dust bag, so the robot's going to vacuum your house, come back to the base station, everything will get sucked out of the dust bin in here into this dust bag. And you simply just slide this out, throw it out every 2 or 3 months. Slide it in, make sure it's nice and flush, and push this down. Easier said than done. There. And put the bag. Here's what the door looks like, and then it just snaps on. So we'll add some Roborock solution to the clean water tank, but it doesn't come with any. Let's remove this sticker. This just tells us that the docking station can be removed. Take this to the sink and clean this. I love this feature. Front to back's about 19 inches. Left to right, 13.25. Now height-wise, the unit itself is only about 22 inches tall, but you have to be able to lift those water tanks out. So you need about 31 inches above it to lift that tank out. Okay, let's take a closer look now. Again, the robot's gonna dock itself. The robot spins the mop pads on these to clean them. This is where the water is gonna come down. Now, it doesn't heat the water, so it'll just be room temperature water. And then the water will go down here and get sucked up in this tube right here. That's where it gets sucked up into the dirty water tank. Now, at the end of the job, it's going to blow hot air onto the mop pads to dry them. Charging, this is where it fills the robot with water, and that's like a sensor to help it back up. And again, this is where it auto empties the dust bin. Okay, let's switch gears over to the robot. I love that it has LiDAR navigation, has spinning LiDAR underneath this cover. That's going to do a great job of mapping your house. So 13.75 inches wide. Height-wise, right at 3 7/8, almost 4 inches. I like that these are physical buttons. That's a power button, also a start, stop button, and then that's a docking button. Now, it does have LiDAR navigation. It will map your house, and it will vacuum and mop in nice straight lines. Now, it does have the bumper, so if it does bump into something, it will turn it around. Now, this sensor on the front, there is no camera or microphone. It's called Reactive Tech. It does an okay job. I mean, if your obstacle is tall, the LiDAR is going to spin off, or it's going to hit it and avoid it. But if the obstacle is low to the ground, this sensor is going to recognize a few things. It's probably going to run most things over. With this being a cheaper robot, they sometimes, the more expensive ones have better sensors that will avoid things low to the ground. So this is not going to have the best obstacle avoidance. It does have a little bit of a side sensor here that you'll have to clean. That's a window. Oh, it empties on the right side. Yeah, that's right. The older Revos empty on the right side here. This is where it charges. This is where it's backup sensor. This is where it fills the robot. Again, the robot has an internal water tank. We can't see it, but it fills it up, and then the robot, as it's cleaning your house, it's going to spray water on the mop pads to keep them wet, only when it's mopping. Here's the dust bin. So as it vacuums your house, everything's going to get sucked into this dust bin. And at the end of the job, everything gets sucked out this little trapdoor. Now, it's going to be super important, and I love that they give you an extra filter. This needs cleaned about every 2 to 3 weeks. So since you have an extra one, take this off. It's reusable, and then you can put this one on and don't miss a job. Go wash this and let it dry in the sun. This has to dry really well. And they give you nice instructions up there how to do that. Okay, flip the robot over. Be careful of the LiDAR on top. These are the mop pads again. Once in a while, you are going to have to replace them. You can also put these in your laundry to freshen them up. They will get kind of flat. This is where it's going to spray water on top of the mop pads. Now, it spins them, and it can move them up and down because it has a carpet sensor up here. So when it senses carpet, it's going to move them up 7 millimeters to kind of prevent the mop pads from dragging on carpet. Now, later Revos would lift theirs 10 millimeters. So you can tell this is this is like the original one. So drive wheels, this is the single side brush, or single brush roller. This all comes assembled. I just want to take it apart. Now, long hairs are going to wrap around here a little bit because it's one piece. They don't really, the newer models have a split in the middle, and it's 2 brush rollers, but that's more expensive. So with this though, there is a neat design. The hair is going to be directed to the end, and then it'll wrap around here, and then once in a while you just have to twist this, and then you can pull the long hairs off. So it's kind of a neat design that they try to help. There is no comb or anything, and some of the newer ones have a comb that help get the hairs off, and they're trying to mitigate that. This is what that looks like. Again, you will be taking this apart to clean it. Kind of an older style side brush. The newer ones help prevent long hair entanglement. These are the cliff sensors. You'll have to wipe those off about every 30 hours. Keeps it from falling down the stairs. And here's your carpet sensor. This wheel just spins free. And here's your drive wheels. Okay, let's fill the clean water tank up. Now, it doesn't come with any Roborock solution. It only calls for 2 capfuls. I call it 2 dabs. Well, that's a little too much, but you put the solution in if you want. You don't have to every time you fill the clean water tank. I have tried some other ones, Mr. Clean and Lysol. Just use it very sparingly to just test it out. They're never going to recommend you using anything other than theirs. Dirty water tank, there is a little bit of prep work we need to do. Now, I used to spray Listerine mouthwash into the tank every time I emptied it out to prevent odor. But I've been trying, somebody in the comments let me know about Effordent. It's really cheap, and you just put a tablet in each time, because every time the robot washes the mop pads, it adds about that much water, but over time, that's going to be really dirty water, and it causes bacteria. And then you will need to invest in a good cleaning brush. I'll put a link to this in the show description notes. It's from Walmart. It's $5. I've tested several brushes. You wouldn't think a cleaning brush would matter, but this one does the best. And just get some spray Dawn to spray it each time. So that's ready to go. Let's go over here. Now we'll see the red light is on. Now I've got this really close to another robot. You are supposed to have it up against the wall and have about I think a foot clear on either side of it. It's in the manual, and it needs to be clear in front of it. So the light's red. I got it plugged in, but as soon as I install this, it goes to white. Okay, that means it's good. Okay, let's turn the robot on. Hold this button for about 2 or 3 seconds. Those lights should be breathing. This is going to play a tune, and then we're going to scan this QR code with our phone in the app. There is a Wi-Fi reset button there too. Yeah, there's the tune. Now you do need the Roborock app. If you don't have it, you'll have to create a username and password. It is free to use. And then once you're logged in, click the little plus button, or there may be something that says, I've got so many. No, there may be one that says scan, but click the little plus button, give it access to your camera, and then now scan that QR code. Okay, we have to reset the Wi-Fi. So now hold these 2 buttons until you hear something.
Resetting
Okay,
Wi-Fi.
now let up. Now click I have heard, click next. Select your Wi-Fi and give it your Wi-Fi password. It only works with 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi, or 2.5, or no, 4. Click next. Now, you still have to tap another button, so hit connect to device. This robot is transmitting a Wi-Fi signal. Your tablet or phone has to join it, so click join. Hopefully this all works automatically, but you may have to manually go into your Wi-Fi settings and select this Wi-Fi, but typically it does work really well. And after it does this, then we'll go put it on the dock and charge it.
Connecting to Wi-Fi. Stand by.
This usually doesn't take very long at all.
Wi-Fi connected.
All right. Enter device. Okay, so at this point, now docking Q Revos can be tricky. The newer ones are better. This little thing tries to help, but you want to make sure you hear the word charging. See, it's not docked right, even though it kind of looks right. There.
Charging.
This light goes out, or maybe it goes dim, I can't tell. It said charging, and it kind of sunk down. Docking Q Revos can be tricky, so. All right, let's go through the app. Agree. Now it's going to walk you through some settings. You can always go back to these in the settings, but let's just walk through. Carpet, multi-floor or multi-level. This thing can map multiple floors. Do not disturb, make sure that is on. These things will start in the middle of the night. I'm going to turn mine off for now. But that's a map saving. Make sure that's on. This thing hardly has any functions without map saving. Okay, here we are. No map found. It may be a pop-up that says quick mapping. But let's check for updates. Click the three little dots, scroll down, firmware updates. I like to turn auto update on, and it's up to date. Okay, good. 224, that is the latest, so we're good. Okay, good. Now, okay, there it is. There's the quick mapping. There is a voice pack update. You could click that, click update. It goes really quick. Okay. Now we need to update it, or I'm sorry, map. Select, we have 41%, so that's plenty of juice.
Starting now.
Okay, so it's gonna open up your doors, pick up your, put your furniture where it normally goes. Even if a door is closed, it'll map that room the next time it cleans, and I do recommend turning lights on. It does help, I think, but maybe not. But anyway, sit back, watch. This is why I love LiDAR so much, is it just creates the map in real time. And then even in the future, you're gonna see where it is. You can see the little robot. There's the carpet sensor. So it just ran over some carpet and it's telling the map, oh, there's carpet here. Now, after we edit the map, you're gonna wanna have it do an entire house clean so that it knows exactly where all this carpet, because right now it's just randomly going around your house. And this typically does not take maybe 10 minutes. Okay, this is the first one. I think it got stuck. It wasn't able to finish the map. So it just stopped. I've never had this happen with a Revo or any Roborock, but it's no big deal. Just dock it and we'll just do a remap.
Charging.
All right, so yeah, it got stuck. It didn't map the place. So click the map button. Map, manage maps. We want to delete this one. All right, create a new map. Quick mapping.
Starting mapping.
And hopefully it won't get stuck in that area, but we should be all right. Okay, that took 9 minutes. Did a great job. Now it docked itself, and now I have this. Let's adjust. Try to zoom in a little here. Okay, so let's edit the rooms first. Usually you have to divide a room or merge rooms, but boy, it does a really good job. I could divide that up, make that the hallway and that a room. Let's do that. So select the room you want to divide. Now, if that line is dashed, it's not going to work. So you have to go until it's solid. There, it's solid. Hit divide, and it should make two different colors. Good. And again, let's divide this room. Yeah, it's dotted, so it's not going to do it. There. Now, naming the rooms. This is important. I do recommend using the names that they come up with. They're just easier, but you can do specific ones. And if you have too many rooms, you can merge them into one big room. So let's go back. No-go zones. So these are going to be important. You have invisible walls and no-go zones and no mop zone. So let's click no-go zone. I know over here it's going to struggle. It even identified a few of the obstacles. You got little caution flags, but there I have a computer with some cables. And you can add these later, take them out. But I'll add one there. You can add that was weird. It didn't add it. No-go zone. I must have hit the X. Right there, hit the check mark, and it should add it. Yeah, there it is. Hit map edit, no-go zones. Let's do invisible wall. This is if you want to add it to like a room entrance. You could, it's a line. The robot won't go past that line. So you could put it like at the entrance to a door or a closet. And then no mop zones. This thing does have a carpet sensor, but if it is mopping a piece of carpet a little too close that you would like, you can fine tune this. But I recommend having it do a full clean of your house. It'll identify where all the carpet is. See, it identified the carpet there. And then you can fine tune the carpet later. All right, edit surface. So this area right here, floor type. We can pick the direction of the floor, which that means we can clean in that direction, which is important. So see how this has the direction going this way? That's the direction I can put it in the map. And that way it'll mop in that direction. We can add thresholds. This thing does not go over really tall thresholds, but you can have it and it'll act a little different. It's a little yellow line. And carpet, you can add carpet, but I, again, recommend clean your entire house first before you go adding where all the carpet is. It's going to identify the carpet, and then you can fine tune it with that later. All right, so we're back. Furniture, I don't necessarily add the furniture. So we're good to go there. Now let's go into settings, the three little lines right here. History, where you're going to see history. Schedule, put this thing on a schedule, have it mop your floors once a week, and then have it do an entire home clean once a week. Floor cleaning settings. Edit surface, that's where we did the surface material. Carpet cleaning setting. So this is going to be important. Dynamic, that means it's going to lift the mop pads when it senses carpet. If it's in cross, it's just going to cross carpet. Ignore means it'll stay away. It'll mop carpet. Avoid means it won't even go near carpet. Now this carpet boost, this is an older Revo, so that it's going to be noisy. So anytime it's on carpet, it's going to increase the suction power. And it is, I mean, you want that, but it also makes it kind of annoying. Deep carpet cleaning, I love to see this one. You can have it vacuum carpet first before it wets the mop pads. That's an important setting. I would probably turn that on. Clean along floor directions. So since we set the direction in that of our hardwood floors, I turn that on. Dock settings. Mop wash frequency, you can do by room, 10, 15, 20, 25 minutes. Mop wash, light, balance, or deep. I guess just balanced. Auto empties on, auto drying on, duration. I set mine at 2 hours. This does use heat, so 2 hours should do it. Reactive obstacle avoidance is on, less collision is balanced. I use the recommended settings there. Maintenance, this is where it's going to tell you when it's time to replace the filter and you have to reset the timer. Same with the sensors. Map management, this is where you can go in and create another map for another floor. Voice, robot settings, do not disturb again. You can turn that on. I've got mine off, but I recommend having it on. Child lock, button lights, off-peak charging, offline map. I turn that one on. Units, square meters or square feet. Pin and go, I've never really used that. And same with the remote control. User manual takes you to a web page. Product info, you can change the name of the robot. Okay, now let's go. Now your home page, under your profile name, this is where you're going to connect it to your smart speakers. All 4 of those. And then go to device, and there it is. Battery percent. Okay, so if you do a full clean, let's click this. There is no AI, artificial intelligence. You're either going to pick vacuum and mop only, vacuum only, or custom. But you're going to be in control of the suction power, the water flow. You can select this, hit custom, or this little arrow right here, and then you can go from 1 all the way up to 30. 2 times, standard or deep pattern. Let's go to mop. Again, 1 or 2 passes, and then you get, on mopping, I like that you get these really close patterns. They'll do a really, really good job of mopping that way. All right, let's go to rooms. I can select the room I want to clean, and in this order, it'll clean them. And then I can do the same thing. Vacuum, mop, custom. I can customize what it does with each room. Zones, I can make this blue area bigger, smaller. It's going to clean that area. I can pick how I want that area cleaned. Then I can create another zone and say, oh, clean this area. And then I can specifically say what I want done. So the zones, rooms, full routines, I haven't played around with a lot. But there you go. There's the map, and there's how we're going to clean. Okay, let's tell the Roborock QX Revo to go clean the corner test area. We're going to do vacuum and mop. I've got it on, let's do 23, 24 of water level. Yep. And then 2 passes. Let's tell it.
Starting selective room cleaning.
All right, the first thing it's going to do is going to fill the internal water tank up with water. It's going to wash the mop pads. That's going to do 2 things. Clean the mop pads, but it also gets them nice and wet. And we'll see how well it's going to clean up this big mess over here. Now, it's not going to do very well in the corner. It doesn't have a side brush that extends. That requires more money. Long hair, some of it could get wrapped around the brush roller. Now, it is going to do 2 passes on the muddy paw prints. So we will get some smearing, but at least on the second pass, it might capture more of the mud. Obstacle avoidance is going to be very minimal with that sensor. And you can hear it spinning the mop pads. You can hear a pump kick on, and you can even hear the dirty water pump. This usually takes about 2 minutes, and it's also going to do this whenever it completes the job.
Mop washed. Resuming cleaning.
All right. It says resuming, but it's the first time it's cleaning it. All right, it's going to travel to the... Okay, so we're going to see... Looks like it can sort of sense that poop was there. Gets pretty close to it, but... I would like for it to stay a little farther away, but... All right, it is vacuuming and mopping as we speak right now. So it looks like it did avoid it relatively okay. Now again, it's going to do the perimeter of the room first, and then it's going to go back and forth and make the straight lines. It's laying down some good water. Not too bad of a job, not too bad. There are some long hairs wrapped around the side brush. All right, not too bad. Now I love the app because it shows an obstacle. It doesn't say what it was, but at least it says there's an obstacle there. Again, this is an original Revo design. They've come out with newer ones for long hair. They prevent it from wrapping around that side brush, but this has a place. I would like to see this under $500. This should be about a $400 robot. Not bad, a little smearing. But at least if you do end up getting it, you're going to get that long warranty from Costco, and you're going to have a great user experience. I mean, because it uses the same Roborock app that even the more expensive ones use. Well, it's doing a good job. It has to, the mop pads have captured that dirt. They have to take it now back to the base station and get washed off. And you can decide that in the app, whether it's 10 minutes up to 25 minutes, or if it's by room. And again, it didn't clean the corner, but you know, there are no, that it does a pretty good job right up next to the wall. And again, I've got this set on 2 passes. So the first pass should go left, right, and then the second pass should go up, down. Now it is able to go under some furniture. Looks like it doesn't like to go under there too far. And we're going to check this all over when it's done. So it looks like the second pass, it's doing the perimeter. Huh. Some Revos do, some don't. So now it's going to go back and forth this way. And we can see that all in the app in live view. Pretty cool. Looks like it did end up getting the long hairs off of the side brush. The mop got them off. I saw them spin around the mop, so. And the mud is pretty much gone. You know, for everyday mopping, this is going to do a great job. There's the suction on high. It's actually not as loud as I thought it was going to be. Yeah, you just want it to get you don't want it to get that close. Some of the more expensive ones will stay farther away from it, but
Finished cleaning.
all right, it's all done.
To dock.
Okay, it's going to travel back to the dock. Now, this does not have any dirt detection sensor. There's no technology to tell it to go back and remop that area. It's just going to wash the mop pads with room temperature water. Then it's going to dry them with hot air. And it's going to auto empty the dustbin.
Emptying dustbin.
A little on the loud side.
Starting to wash the mop.
So again, this is what I would consider Gen 1. Dustbin emptying's noisy. They don't mitigate long hairs. As Roborocks have progressed, they've taken care of all of that stuff. And the Revo lineup is very extensive. I don't even have the Costco ones on here. These are the ones off the website and Amazon. So this again falls in the category of the 2R3W, which is probably 3 or 4 years old. Again, these newer models, higher suction power. They got an anti-tangle side brush. They still have the single brush, but they have 10 millimeter mop lift, which is a little bit higher. And then as you work your way up, more expensive, more features, but features that can help. And then we get into the flagships, the Curve X, which that's a $1,500 robot, but Costco has one that's competing with that. That's this one right here, the QX Revo Ultra. It's a weird name, I know. Very specific to Costco. That's the one sitting right next to it. And that's only $950 at Costco. So for $400 more, you do get a much better robot with a lot more advanced features that help mitigate long hair, extra moppings, and things like that. $550, I'm not upset at that price point because you do get the filters. You get extra filters and dust bags and mop pads, which is about a $100 addition. So that does make it about a $400 robot. And plus you get I've heard about this world famous Costco return policy. What return policy? I mean, tell me some stories about your Costco return policy. I've heard people returning couches after a year of heavy usage and stuff. So let me know what. I've never encountered Costco before. This is my first time, and I had to buy it online. I'm pretty anxious to go to a Costco now that I have a membership. I want to see what exactly is in the store, and are these even in the store, or are they just online only? I'm wanting to learn as much as I can about Costco. It seems like fun. All right.
Mop washed.
Now the fan, it's turned the fan on, is very quiet. I can barely hear it. So yeah, there's the long hairs. So you are going to get some long hair wrap. They did get the ones off this. It did clean the mop pads really well. And we can see, I do love, there's so many things I love about Roborock robot vacuum cleaners. And the dustbin, yeah, it emptied. But you will have to be cleaning that filter a lot.
Charging.
So yeah, very happy with it. The price point is a little high, but you do get those free items, which I'm glad to see. Now, hopefully I'll become a Costco affiliate. I do buy these with my own money, but the way I can do this for a living is if I put a link to it in the show description notes, and the product won't cost you anymore, but it'll take you to Costco or to Amazon or to Walmart, wherever it's for sale. And then if you end up purchasing it, I get a small commission from the sale. That's just a huge way of helping support my channel. That way I can buy these robots. I only bought these because of people leaving comments. So I look at my comments. This is kind of like our YouTube channel. I only bought that Ecovacs X9 over there because everybody was telling me how highly it's been rated on the internet, and so I had to buy it, but I was very underwhelmed with it. I'm not going to give it just a dead sticker seal of approval. I have very high standards when it comes to it. Now, this not being the best robot, but price point. You're going to have a great user experience. Is it going to clean the absolute best? No, but it requires more money. So for this price point, I think it does an excellent job. Just maybe put it on maybe have it clean your house twice a week, something like that. Again, I can't say thank you enough. I really do appreciate everybody's support. I have a website called justadadapproved.com. So if you want a quick, simple way to where you can go see which robots I approve of, I'll try to put these on there. I'll have to come up with a page called Costco. Right now I've got Amazon and Walmart. So if you click on those, even on my website, if you click on that little link, it's going to take you to Walmart, Amazon. And if you purchase the product won't cost you anymore, but I get a small commission from the sale. Hopefully, again, I'm going to apply. I haven't looked into it, but I'm going to apply to be a Costco affiliate. So hope it goes through. Again, let me know what other Costco products you'd like me to review. I do review other products besides robot vacuum cleaners. I do lots of robots, lots of vacuum cleaners, lots of Tinicos, coffee makers. I did coffee makers for 2 years, but I do the basic ones. I don't get into those really high, super expensive coffee makers. So really do appreciate everybody's support. Again, if you could, please like and subscribe, and thanks for watching.